and cooperate in solving the problem. This takes time. They'll have to make an effort and be willing to expend energy for some time to change inappropriate patterns. The book will discuss the most common causes of the disappearance or absence of the woman's sexual desire. Moreover, it will be explained what can be done to solve the problem so that desire is aroused. Usually, there's more than just one cause of the problem. Often several circumstances interact to reduce desire or kill it altogether. It has become more common to talk about reduced sexual desire. In the 1970s, 10% of the women who went to a well-known sexological clinic in Hamburg had a reduced sexual desire. In the 1990s, the total was 60%. It is impossible to say whether women's reduced sexual desire is a growing phenomenon or just more commonly spoken of, but the problem is definitely becoming ever more prominent at psychotherapeutic and sexological clinics. Not Tonight, Darling can be read in its entirety, but it can also be used as a reference book, hence the numerous headings, subheadings, and, in a few places, repetitions. A good way of using the book is to read it through once to form a general idea of its contents. In the course of doing so, readers will be able to note what chapters are especially relevant to their own situation. Subsequently, they can pick out the most important chapters and go into the exercises and the patterns that have to be changed in each specific case in depth. Couples may also choose to read one chapter at a time and then work at its subject matter together. (1) The natural level. Avoid feeling guilty. Before dealing with the many causes of a woman's loss of sexual desire, it is important to find out if she really is losing her sexual desire or has merely found the natural level of her sexual activity. Many think that something's wrong, while this is not the case at all. For instance, some women will say, "I lack sexual desire," although they actually want sex once a week. They compare themselves with others, with the ceaseless bombardment with sexual signals in the media, with their own desire in the period when they fell in love, and with their partner's desire. Then they find that they lack desire. Such women may soon enough come to feel inadequate and wrong relative to their partner. Maybe they'll even develop a sense of guilt because they feel less desire. They fail to consider that maybe they have merely found the natural level of their sexual needs. In such a case, it is important not immediately to define yourself as a woman lacking sexual desire. That may prove self-fulfilling. Instead, you can say, "I'm a woman with sexual desire, only I feel my desire less often than my partner feels his." In that way, you can successfully avoid feeling wrong and developing a sense of guilt. From infatuation to everyday life. When a man and a woman fall in love, everything is usually bright and happy. The woman gets all the love, care, and attention she needs. The man gets all the sex he wants. They're both engrossed in each other, both physically and emotionally. Both are convinced that they have at last found their right partner. Their sex life is working and love is flourishing. But it rarely goes on like that. Many women develop a feeling of loss once the early infatuation has waned. They feel that they do not get the attention and intimacy they did at the start, and thus they're disappointed. So are many men. They do not get sex as often as they used to. If couples are not aware of the change that is taking place, the first problems will often arise at this stage in their relationship.